It's been a while since I've uploaded a workout, and so I decided to upload one that in my opinion is scary for Halloween because I really don't like these types of workouts, but I know there's a lot of you guys out there that do and requested one. So this is going to be a high intensity, faster paced aerobic, but still resistance training workout, definitely amping up your heart rate. Everything will be 20 reps across the board. There'll be 3 circuits, and each circuit will have 3 sets. I put timestamps down below if you guys need to jump ahead and or pause the workout if need be. I will have a countdown timer, as you guys can see up here, signifying the start of each exercise, or if there's like a longer break. And I'll also try and introduce every exercise with kind of like a preview for the first time. So as you can see here, we're going to set up the first exercise. It's going to be this little kind of like a burpee with a push-up. You might want to pause the video right here and set up the push-up handles if you guys need to. Otherwise, let's jump right into it. Okay, guys, not gonna lie, I found these pretty tough. So again, as a reminder, everything's 20 repetitions. Form might not be perfect, especially as these sets increase and as you start to get a little more fatigued. Try and do your best you can. As far as what I'm thinking about, I'm trying to get at least down to where my elbows are at 90 degrees. If it's tough, I know a lot of people have a hard time doing full push-ups. You can just kind of do quarter push-ups. You could choose to drop down to your knees and do a full push-up that way. Even that little mini jump took a lot out of me. And again, I'm just not really used to these workouts. You guys will see me kind of huffing and puffing because I kind of tend to take my time and don't really rush around, especially with things that are, again, a little more faster paced like this. So definitely your heart rate is going to be up this whole workout, at least mine was. Maybe you have more of a cardio tank than I do, or at least kind of used to these workouts. You might not be struggling as much as I did. I tried to keep these things as best as I could to kind of be realistic, so I try not to take any really long rest periods. There's a few little breaks in here you see me take them, but for the most part, I wanted to kind of basically struggle along with this or show you guys how accurate I was kind of getting fatigued with this workout, because I honestly was kind of beaten up after I did this workout. Now the next exercise, I just actually featured this yesterday on my new exercise video with this kind of it's like a crunch, elbow to knee crunch. For the most part, I did you'll have to lower this for that push-up, but I'm basically going to be opting for basically setting level 8 on my total gym. And if you guys didn't notice, my kids, well, actually I thought it was funny, my kids had the mask around, but I thought it was funny, just a little Halloween. I put some little War Machine mask on the total gym. But you're going to extend out and crunch. We're doing 20 repetitions again. Don't be surprised if you take a little break around rep 10, because that happened to me, because I was kind of sliding off the bench with my depends on the material, also depends on your total gym or sliding bench trainer how much you're really sliding on this, and also the incline makes a difference. I had to kind of slow down the pace, and that's probably a good thing. So even though we're kind of going at a fast pace for most of these exercises and workout, this would be one. It's really be beneficial if you can kind of slow the pace down, so fully extending and then fully crunching. And again, you'll see, especially in set 3, I really slow this down so I don't have to mess around too much with adjusting myself back to that angle again. All right, so we're about ready to finish this up, and I won't talk as much. I'm only talking on this first set. The next exercise is going to be this power row. So you're going to take the cable detached method, take the pulley off the middle cable. You can actually sit a little bit lower on the machine if you would like. Again, we're going to do 20 repetitions. Going to be sitting a little bit lower on the machine if you guys would like. You're just going to power and pull yourself up, making sure that your shoulder blades and mid back is kind of retracting. Try not to bob your head too much. That's going to be a little inevitable as you're kind of really trying to pull yourself into it, but that's something I was kind of cognizant about, not to kind of like throw your head forward. Really just trying to think about that mid back, definitely your back doing a lot of the work instead of your shoulders and your biceps. All right, that was set 1 of circuit 1. We're going to do 2 more sets just like that. I'm going to give you guys a nice long break. This was definitely a workout I was grabbing my water for. Take your time. Feel free to pause the video if you guys would like, but the counter is going to signify the start of the next set. I will give you guys that preview each time. I might actually jump in and just to give you guys kind of a heads up reminder what's coming, but for the most part, I try to make these exercises kind of simple to remember. So we're gonna go right into that burpee push-up, then we're gonna go right into that reverse crunch, and then we're gonna go right into that power row again. So here's set 2. I'll chime in with you guys maybe a little bit, but otherwise I'll see you guys at the start of circuit 2. Wanted to chime in a little early before set 2 just to give you guys a little reminder. You might be feeling fatigued now. I'm going to be giving you guys a break throughout this. Again, when the timer is there, that's kind of a signifier. That's good. Basically, you got kind of a little bit of a longer rest period. Definitely encourage you guys to pause the video. You might want to jump ahead if you're really conditioned. But there'll be some parts where I won't have the timer, and then some exercises, especially on circuit 2, even circuit 3, it's definitely going to be a lot faster. I think this is kind of the harder circuit because you have a lot of kind of moving parts, especially that burpee push-up really kind of can take the wind out of you if you guys are doing that full form. So I kind of understand that. So I'll give you guys a little bit more or less rest times depending on the sequence of exercises. But we're starting back here with that reverse crunch, elbows to knees, and we're at setting 8 here. All right, finishing set 2 of circuit 1. You see, I did wipe out and I edited out of my third set, which is the next one coming up because I was just totally off my sorts on that. But definitely, you guys should be feeling tired right about now. Take a long break if you guys need it. I mean, you want to be mindful that, yeah, that break's going to help you kind of power through, get the full repetitions, which is good, but don't take too long of a break. In my mind, I knew that this next one was going to be the hardest, so I kind of wanted to kind of power through it. Like I said, circuit 2 is going to be a little bit easier. Circuit 3 will be even easier than that. So kind of be mindful about that in the back of your head. This should be the hardest kind of climax of the workout. Might be this last set of circuit 1. All right, we finished circuit 1, getting ready to jump in circuit 2, and as I alluded to earlier, at the end of this circuit, I actually wiped out. That's why you can see the cable kind of stringing over the side there. Get a chance to kind of get your bearings. Now you're going to be setting up the next exercise is going to basically be this one with a Pilates bar, toe bar attachment. If you don't have this, you actually can make that work with a squat stand. Right now, though, I'm just going to go ahead and detach the handles here down below. You might want to leave those in if you don't have the squat stand or maybe the Pilates bar toe stand. Another option is you could do like a power inverted shoulder press with those, but then unfortunately you have to kind of keep switching these back and forth. We'll be using these pull-up bars for the second exercise coming up, but in about, again, 20 seconds, we're going to be setting up the Pilates bar stand here and then just doing that kind of a power push off from the bottom. When you're doing this, you got to be mindful, again, kind of where you're seated. I've mentioned before that the middle of the total gym or your starting bench trainer can kind of bow out a little bit if you push too hard. So I'm trying to be explosive. I'm not going to go that explosive. Again, we're doing 20 repetitions here. I'm not going too hard. One, because I'm trying to conserve a little bit of energy because I'm doing 20 and I'm trying to go fast pace here. But also, I got those pull-up bars attached behind me, so inevitably I can't go too hard because I'll hit that. In fact, I did bottom out on one of these sets. It might have been this one where I had to kind of edit out a little bit. But just be mindful where you're seated, mindful how hard you're pressing. Again, if you don't have this, another alternative would be just put the pull-up bar attachment down below and just do some inverted presses, kind of like more like a power variation. You can see right there, I edited it there a little bit, but try and do 20 repetitions here, and that'll be it for this exercise. All right, next we're just going to do a more like a same thing, kind of like a power pull-up this time. You can't explode too much, and you might have to kind of fine-tune yourself to get a little bit higher on the glide board. A couple times I did that, or other times I just didn't pull as hard, but you want to avoid having those rollers really bang against the side of the pull-up bar. I did that for the first few reps, but that can kind of dent the rollers, and you really don't want to keep the longevity of those rollers as much as you can. So just kind of keep that going. 20 repetitions here, again, trying to pull more so in a straight line as much as possible instead of having the elbows kind of point down as you're pulling down. Shouldn't be too difficult though at this level 8. Again, I think all this stuff works out perfectly as far as, at least for me it did, being at that level 8 setting. All right, now the next exercise, you're going to put your squat stand in. Again, if you got the larger squat stand, that would be ideal. Or maybe you already were using that for the kind of power push-offs if you guys had it that way. I need to think of more creative names to call some of these exercises. But right here, just going to be a single leg squat, side lying, single leg. Again, same thing. You're not going to be able to push so hard because you'll hit the pull-up bars, but that's okay. Again, it actually works out good just because we're going at a faster click. Kind of conserving some energy. If you were pushing maximally as hard as you could, you could opt to definitely take those pull-up bars off, but we're doing 20 repetitions right here, trying to put a little more of an emphasis on my glutes versus instead of my quadriceps. So trying to think about your butt kind of absorbing and pushing off that. Doesn't look like much, but I know just 20 here, you can't really tell, but I was honest, I'm pretty fatigued at this point. I'm here, I'm just kind of definitely breathing heavy. It's not excruciating, but I'm tired as I'm doing this, so it might not be obvious. My point is, I definitely feel you guys if you're doing this as a true follow along, because this is definitely kind of definitely a tiring, high intensity exercise, getting the heart rate up there. Go ahead and turn on your side and then do another 20 repetitions. All right, so you guys finished set 1 of circuit 2. Go ahead, if you got the Pilates bar attachment, put that attachment back in there, and we're just going to repeat those same 3 exercises. So this kind of power push off, we'll do the power pull up, and then we'll be going into the side lying single leg jump squats again, just like before. So give yourself a break if you guys need it. Feel free to pause the video. I'll pretty much won't chime back in, at least I don't think I will. I'll keep breaking my own rule here, but I'll try and jump back in at the start of circuit 3, which will be a little bit easier, but a little more of a faster paced circuit. All right, you're in the home stretch here, and this last circuit should be easier. It's easier, but we're going to go a lot faster, so very minimal rest period. So when I get to this preview of the exercises I'm going to show you guys in a second, I'm going to show you all 4 exercises that we did. So again, this time we're going to do 4 instead of 3. In fact, I almost added an additional one that was a little more like a lateral barrier hop, but honestly thought I was too fatigued, so I threw that out there. So we're going to go right into inverted bicep curls. Again, 20 repetitions as normal, then into 20 repetitions of this kind of kneeling tricep extension, then 20 repetitions of pullovers, and then 20 repetitions of presses. Now, I've alluded to this a few times in this workout. Sometimes there's a time and place they kind of cheat the form a little bit, and this might be one of those workouts where you're going to do that. So I was fixated on just like getting to that number 20, and I'm kind of breaking my traditional rules about kind of feeling the exercise and stressing that muscle. But believe it or not, my triceps are actually kind of on fire doing this kind of partial rep form and kind of going at a higher rep, faster pace. Even the pullovers aren't going to be perfect the way I did them here, and it weren't strict pullovers, but I think for the task at hand here, getting through all these at a fairly fast click for the sake of making this a little bit higher pace, higher intensity as far as heart rate, I think it paid off. So I'm going to basically shut up here. I'll chime at the very end. Otherwise, let you guys get through this. So 20 reps bicep curls, 20 reps tricep extensions, 20 reps pullovers, and then 20 reps of chest presses. All right, you're on the final set here coming up, and I had to check my camera actually just before this, and luckily as I was checking it, I saw that storage died, so I literally checked it just in the amount, literally like a couple seconds before the storage died, and I got a chance to delete some stuff and then add the last set here. This is it, you guys. So last set. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys like this workout. Any questions, comments, feedback, stuff you guys want to see in the future, let me know. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys in the next workout. Hopefully you guys had a good Halloween if you're watching this on Halloween. Otherwise, hopefully you guys just enjoyed the workout. Thanks.